Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Friday, and all of today's guests, including Rick Bowness, standing by, are brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Looking for a midweek escape close to home? BC residents save 15% on weekday stays at the Bayside. Relax by the ocean in Parksville. Enjoy great dining and unwind with island hospitality. Book now at Bayside.ResortParksville.com. We're joined now by former NHL player, assistant and head coach Rick Bowness, an analyst now on TNT and Hockey Night in Canada. We saw him last night working with the panel. What a night that was of NHL playoff hockey. Rick joins us now. Rick, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
It's doing great. My pleasure to join you guys, as always.
Thank you so much. 5-4 Oilers in overtime over Vegas. 6 straight playoff wins for Edmonton. Such great entertainment last night. What do you like about the way the Oilers are playing right now, Rick?
Well, first of all, there's a couple of things, obviously, but they're getting very timely saves when they're not playing well. And Pickard last night, he came up huge at the right times. There was times where Vegas was all over them, and he made save after save. The defense in front of them also did a great job of getting sticks on pucks and deflecting them out of there. But they probably spent a little bit more time in their zone than they have in the previous games. And then they're getting, obviously, timely goals. They're getting hemmed in their zone for a little bit. Then they're going down and making some great plays and scoring the goals. So right now it's all about the timely save that keeps you in the game and the timely goal that gives your confidence a big boost. So they're playing hard. They're certainly trusting their goaltending. You can see the team committed defensively. And that's from everyone. And the big thing that was so obvious to everyone last night was, listen, McDavid and Draisaitl certainly did not have their best games.
Yeah.
But they did a couple of things defensively to help keep the puck out of their net. And the other lines are scoring the 4 goals. That fourth line, very, very impressive. But then when the game was on the line and they needed the big boys to step up, they did. So give them full marks for that. They're finding ways to win. Timely saves, man, and timely goals makes a huge difference in every game.
We've been talking a lot about this on and off the air, mostly off the air. But Rick, did you feel for Jack Eichel last night in overtime, having to go one-on-one with Connor McDavid, which didn't work out all that well?
Well, I got to tell you, there's not a forward in the league, not one, that you want to see backing up, playing defense, skating backwards with McDavid coming at you 100 miles an hour. Not one. But my point every time we played Edmonton, and that's a perfect illustration of it, someone's got to get up on him and swing with him and get between him and the net and then just stay with him and slow him down a little bit or push him to the outside. You can't let him come down the wall or down the middle with full speed. A defenseman would not have been able to stop him last night. He had so much room to skate and gain speed. Again, with his speed and his ability to move laterally, there's no chance anyone's going to stop him, but especially a poor forward like Eichel. But I stress all the time when we played Edmonton, somebody to get up on him, just in trying to get the puck away from him, make them make other plays. And clearly you got to be a great skater to do that. But that is so typical of him. He wants that second or third pass. He doesn't normally want that first pass. He wants that puck coming around the wall, and then they bump it back to him, so he is getting it in full stride. And when he gets that thing in full stride, again, there's no stopping him. Again, you do feel bad for Eichel, but again, find me one forward in this league, Barkov, all the Selke winners, not one of them would want to be in that position. Not one of them would want to see McDavid coming at them with that much speed.
Rick, your old team, the Winnipeg Jets, get past St. Louis. Great Game 7. That was so much fun to watch. But now they take on a Dallas team. It's much tougher. Rick, what kind of problems does that Dallas team pose for Winnipeg?
Well, everyone wants to forecheck and be aggressive and finish checks, and that's just a given in playoff hockey. What Dallas does differently than St. Louis is they have 3 lines that can score on the rush. They're very, very dangerous on the rush. highly skilled team. Usually your third line is a checking line and not that much of an offensive threat. But you've got Wyatt Johnson out there setting your third line. You're in pretty good shape. So the biggest difference between the two, again, everyone forechecks. Everyone finishes check. That's just a given in playoff hockey. But now you're looking at a team that can score off the rush and create chances off the rush. And when they do that, they're a very, very dangerous team. So now you've got a. So I'm a big believer in the rivalries are created in the playoffs. They are. Arnie's not very happy with his team last game. This is the first time these two teams have played each other in the playoffs. So as this series goes on, it's going to get a little nastier. Because I know both teams very well. I know the leadership of both groups are going to lead the way, and it's going to get a little bit more physical, because that's the way you can slow those three lines down, is make them defend and hit them every opportunity you get. You don't want to be on your heels. You don't want to be letting them come at you, and especially now it goes back to puck management. Don't be feeding their transition game. So as this series goes on, it's going to get a little nastier. It's going to get a little harder, and that helps Winnipeg, because you got to slow those three lines down. But it's two great hockey teams, two great goaltenders. Like Jake Ottinger's just a fantastic young goalie. He's got a great goalie coach in Jeff Reese. You know what Bucky can do in Winnipeg. And Wade Flaherty's a wonderful goalie coach. So the goaltending is going to be exceptional, and it's going to be the team that can just stay to their identity as much as they can. Winnipeg's at their best when they slow you down, when they're getting above you, taking the puck out of your hands, not giving you much time. Dallas is at their best when they're coming at you. It's a four-man breakout. It's a four-man rush, and they're creating opportunities on the rush. So it'll be interesting to see these styles. This is going to be great hockey. All the series have been great hockey.
What about the Maple Leafs? Up 2-0 on the Panthers. Is this the year, Rick? Tell us. A lot of people in Vancouver don't want to see it, but can the Leafs go deep and far here?
Well, yeah. I'm probably not as well educated on the Leafs as everyone else up in Canada, having spent the winter in Florida. But watching them play, to me, it's a reflection of what they addressed last summer. And they brought in Chiefs to make them play a different style, a more straight-ahead style, a more physical style. Well, that's one thing to say, but now you've got to get the right personnel in there. So now you go get Tannen, go get Carlo, you get Ekman-Larsson, and you got McCabe, and you got Benoit. Now your defense is a lot bigger. And now you can play physical. Now you can keep people away from your net. And now you can defend the way Chief wants them to defend, and you can spend less time in your zone, because you can win some of those battles that they were losing over the years and spending unnecessary time in their zone. So they've got the D-core that can take care of those zone. I watched the forwards play. You watch Pacioretty go to the net. Like, they're going to the net with an attitude, and it's one thing for a coach to say, okay, guys, we've got to go to the net. Got to go to the net. Well, now you got to go to the net with an attitude, right? You just can't go there, I'm supposed to go to the net. You got to have a bit of an edge to you, and I see all their forwards doing that. So they're playing the way Craig wants them to play. So is this the year? There's 8 with the final here, and any one of them can win the Stanley Cup. Yeah. You need breaks. You need goaltending. You need timely saves. Can the Leafs do it? Absolutely they can. They've got the team. They've got the depth. And there's so much made of this core four. Yeah. But, it's going to take a total team effort. And they've got to play their team identity. And that right now, they're hard to play against, and that's what you have to do in the playoffs. And they're going to play a big, physical, aggressive team tonight, and they better be ready to play on their toes. They better be ready to go right off the bat, because Florida in that rink with that crowd behind them, they're going to want to establish a forecheck game early and make it tough on them. So, again, this start tonight for Toronto is very important. Make it through those first 10 minutes, and they're going to be, if it's 0-0, even if they're down 1, they're going to be okay.
We're talking with Rick Bowness. Rick, you've been around hockey for a long, long time. Everybody knows that. You're connected to pretty much everybody. Manny Malhotra is somebody you helped coach here in Vancouver during the Canucks run to the Cup, as a matter of fact, back in 2011. When you were coaching him, and he's a head coaching candidate here in Vancouver, did you think to yourself, this is a guy who could become a coach himself?
Yes, most definitely. As a coach, you need a couple of veterans on your team that you can go talk to them and get some honest feedback. Of they're not going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, and they have insight that can help your team. And Manny was certainly one of those guys. You can go talk to him and get, what are you seeing, Manny? And you're going to get an honest feedback. And he was very accurate with his description of what he saw. And you have to have that. So Manny had the respect of the coaching staff. He had the respect of the players. He's a hard-working guy. He knows the game. He studied the game. There was no question that he was going to become a successful coach. And I'm not surprised that he's a candidate out there. And good luck to him. But there was no question when Alain and I worked with him that, okay, you spot guys. And Scotty O'Neill's another guy. So you go back to Arnie. You kind of knew Arnie was going to get into coaching. Man, he's the same way. He loved the game. And again, the most important thing from that is that you have the respect of your peers, and you also have the respect of your staff, the coaching staff. And again, as a coach, I always Sammy Salo. When Sammy was in bed, you go talk to Sammy Salo, man, he'd tell you what he saw, and he was accurate with everything he gave you back. Man, he was like that. What's going on out there? What do you see? And you'd get an honest feedback. And those are the signs that tell you, okay, if he wants to, it's a choice, and you want to do in coaching, he'd be a great candidate.
Yeah, and he's having a lot of success this season. Yeah. Probably the best Canuck story this season, Rick, the way things are going in Abbotsford. Hey, another coaching candidate for the Canucks is Todd Nelson, and you've worked with him in the past. That was in Dallas, what I can tell. What can you tell us about him?
Well, again, Todd he's got a good feel for the game. He's got a great rapport with the players, and that's so important today. You've got to be able to communicate with the players, and they've got to know you have their back, and you've got to give them the information they want. Today's coaching is there's an art to it for sure, more so than before, but you've got to be able to communicate your message to the players. You've got to be able to have the honest one-on-ones, and you got to have those conversations even if the players don't want to hear what you have to say. Those are tough conversations, and Todd is very good at that. It's the rapport with the players that is huge, and then giving them a game plan that they all believe in and that they can all buy into. So Todd knows the game. He's a hard-working guy. He communicates well with everyone. So, again, I'm not surprised to hear his name out there. He's earned it.
We're calling the Stars-Jets series, your last two teams, the Bowness Bowl, by the way, Rick. Hey, do you enjoy the TV work?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to do it every night, that's for sure. But the odd time is good. Keeps me around the game, and yeah. So I don't mind it at all. It's fun. When I do the work in TNT, I'm living in Boca Raton for the winter. It's an easy flight up to Atlanta where the studio is, so that's an easy commute. And coming up to sports, that's an easy commute. So it's been good so far. I don't want a steady diet of it, but the odd game here and there works well for me.
I like that word, easy. Thanks for this, Rick.
All right. Great talking to you guys. Good luck. Have a great day.
All the best.